Let's talk about the rappers for a minute. Can we talk about the rappers for a moment? Let's talk about Tupac Shakur for a moment. Tupac Shakur is a child of the 60s. Tupac Shakur, born out of the spirit of the revolution of the 60s. Tupac Shakur, fire in his bones, huh? Boldness and rebellion in his blood. Born from his beautiful, bold Black Panther mama, Afeni, sitting in the jail cell, a revolutionary woman carrying the fruit of life, marking the child in her womb, marking the child with rebellion, marking the child with insurrection, marking the child with a spirit to not go along with what's been going on.
Beat me, young G, with a gift to give.
I'm not gonna call fans ignorant, but they're ignorant to the fact of what goes into a process of being a group that's not manufactured. Jodeci is not a manufactured group. We're four individuals that came together and put a melting pot of something great together. It wasn't just two lead singers and then that's Jodeci. You know, everything that goes into it made Jodeci. Yeah, I mean, a biopic has been in the works for a long time. It's once again, people don't understand. They're like, oh, Jodeci do a movie and they expect the movie to be out next week. You know, New Edition took 11 years to make a movie. You know, even Clarkson's like 24, 14 years, I think, something like that.
1, 2, 3, and I want you to feel what you're saying. Let me hear that.
Every biopic, there's an element of things that a lot of people don't know. It's a long laundry list that goes into making a biopic, a documentary, a movie. You know, there's rights, there's this people, there's this people. And you know, when you've been a successful group like Jodeci, you know, you have four individuals, then you have four individual teams. Well, four individual teams, they have to get on the same page. It's not just four people that say, let's do a movie and the movie gets done. So, you know, you got lawyers, you got these people, you got these people. So you go back and forth until you come to some kind of agreement all around the board. And these things take time sometimes, you know, and people don't understand it. They just think that, well, we need a movie. We need a Jodeci movie. Okay, well, we would love that Jodeci movie, but it has to be done right. And I mean, from top to the bottom. If you look at movies like All Eyes on Me, it was a disappointment. You know, and then that's what we're left to live with. Tupac's legacy has been marred into them trying to rush out a Tupac movie when they should have took their time. Because watching that movie, that's nothing like the Tupac I know, so I know it's not accurate to his life. So I mean, you know, but we're left with that. Fans are left with that. That's what he's not here to rebuttal or dispute the movie. He's dead and gone. But that's what we're left with because they didn't take the time to do the necessary research and get everything right. You know, you rush the project out, now everybody disappointed, and now that's all we got left for Tupac, to be immortalized as All Eyes on Me, the movie. You know, and if your life is going to be told, you want it to be told right. You know, you want it to be told right, or something that you could, like, you know, that's me. I'm watching myself on TV and I'm like, that didn't happen. You know, so that's one of the things people don't really understand. So we're not going to rush it out, and it's going to be worth the wait. When it finally gets done, it's going to be worth the wait. I had a lot of moments of in and out the studio. You know, in the party scene, in the social scene, and just the, you know, scene where we sat down and talked about records. When he first bought the How Do You Want a record to me on a cassette tape, and he brought it to my hotel room, and he was singing the hook. And I was like, man, you sound good. He's like, I don't like my voice on it. So he had wrote a whole nother song, and he's like, man, I just want to hear some singing. So I was like, oh, well, we can put some vocals on it or whatever. So we went to the studio. I called Casey and Georgia, went to the studio. And like he heard the way that we stacked the harmony and I was mixing the harmony. He just sat down and wrote a whole nother song in like 5 minutes. I'm like, well, what happened to the verse you had on the song? Ah, man, you ain't gonna kill me on my own song, he said. But it was dope. I mean, it was dope. Like, and it was like, you know, just in that quick time of me like mixing the harmonies and stuff, he had wrote a whole new like couple of verses, and I was like, man, you should just leave it. He's like, nah. And so just to watch how he worked, and I mean, he would just do song after song after song, which is really cool.
Only Gab can do it like this. Yo, YouTube, what up? It's your homie Gab. I'm in the building. And this is Makaveli Media. If you was a fan of anything in the 90s, 90s hip-hop, 90s movies, 90s R&B, 9 times out of 10, you was likely a fan of Jodeci. You had the Hadley brothers, Casey and JoJo, spectacular with the vocals during the 90s, still doing their things. You had Devontae Swing, musical genius, the leader, songwriter, producer of Jodeci. And then you had his brother, Mr. DALVIN, who was a vital part of the group himself. You know, he was the hype man. He was the one of the background vocalists. He was the rapper. You know, he played the drums. He was a producer and, you know, doing the Jodeci music at this point in time. And for a while now, there's been rumors about a Jodeci biopic on the way. And I know I was excited when I first heard about it, and a lot of you were as well. And then it kind of disappeared, the whole idea of it. But recently, Mr. DALVIN did an interview on 24/7 Hip Hop, and he said that yes, the Jodeci biopic is still on its way, but he didn't mince his words when he gave his opinion on the Tupac All Eyez on Me biopic. Now, the producer of All Eyez on Me was L.T. Hutton, and though I didn't think the movie was great, I did applaud his efforts because he got the movie done. And there was a lot of obstacles that hindered, you know, his vision of what he was trying to share with the world concerning All Eyez on Me. But he got the movie done. No, it wasn't perfect, but he got it out there. But this video is about Mr. DALVIN's personal opinion of All Eyez on Me. And like I said, DALVIN did not bite his tongue. He didn't mince his words. He said exactly how he felt about the movie. And quite frankly, it was unflattering. But a Jodeci biopic, I would still love to see it. I want to know what you guys think about it. You know, one of the things Mr. DALVIN said, they wanted to take their time and make sure they captured the right story for Jodeci. Now, would a Jodeci story be as truthful as the fans would want it to be? I would hope so. But realistically, could they include all of the things that was going on with Jodeci at the time? And all of this stuff is speculation, but, you know, there may have been some drug use. It may have been some, you know, alcoholism. It may have been a lot of unflattering things that took place during, you know, these real lives of these real individuals that some people might be a little hesitant about putting forward on the big screen. So I believe that may be one of the reasons why we haven't seen this biopic truly take off yet, because like I said, they got to go through this story with a fine-tooth comb, and you have to get not one, not two, not three, but you have to get all 4 members to say, yeah, I want this told, or no, I want this part cut out. So that's the complex situation that, you know, not only Jodeci, but groups like Wu-Tang Clan and, you know, other hip-hop and R&B groups from years ago, for everybody to sign on in one agreement. And that's what took the New Edition, you know, series so long to come out, because you had so many people that didn't want certain things in there. You wanted people that wanted everything in there. And it's just, you know, it's a tedious process, very tedious process. But once again, Mr. DALVIN from Jodeci said that yes, a Jodeci biopic is on the way. And he also shouted out his homeboy Tupac and talked about, you know, how exactly they went about recording How Do You Want It, and I thought that was awesome as well. So let me know in the comments section, are you guys excited to see a Jodeci biopic? And was Mr. DALVIN a little harsh for what he said about Tupac's All Eyez on Me movie? Or was he just honest in his opinion? And do you feel the same way about it? Anyway, don't forget to sub to the channel. This is Makaveli Media. It's been a pleasure as always. I'm your homie Gab. I'm signing off. I'm about to hit y'all with the peace.